What's up, guys? So I've been doing a lot of work on my Z recently because it's stuff that's like relatively easy to do, and I drive that car every day, so any little thing that I want to fix just bothers the heck out of me. So I'm sure a lot of people are bummed that I haven't been doing a lot of stuff to the RX-7. Or the next thing I can do on this car is the fuel system, and I priced it out. It's gonna be like $500-600, and that basically the money I had set aside for that I ended up spending on the exhaust for the Z because the factory one was broken and rattled and I could not take it anymore. So as for the Z, I did the exhaust. That's probably the last video you guys saw, I think. And then I also did a mod on the steering column to make it like telescoping because I'm so tall. So I might make a video on how I did that. I feel like it could help a bunch of people out. I haven't really seen anybody do what I did, so it's really easy to do. So I'll make a video on that. But today, oh, and sorry, I have like a really bad cold. So if I sound ridiculous, it's because I'm sick. But today I'm gonna be putting a VLSD from a 350Z into this car. So I went and bought the whole unit, and then I already took the actual differential out of the unit, pulled off the ring gear and everything. I got it sitting right over here. It's all tested, everything's good, and I got the stubs. So I'm about to get the car in the air, and hopefully it's pretty straightforward, but yeah, that's why you haven't seen many videos on the RX-7. I feel like I had to give a kind of an explanation on that. Yeah, with Ted's car, same deal. He's been waiting on a lot of parts, and he finally got everything together. So hopefully soon we're gonna be pulling the engine back out of that and doing a lot of upgrades, get everything squared away correctly for that car. So yeah, I'm gonna get jumping on this. All right, so first we gotta pull this midsection out of the exhaust. Then we gotta drop the sway bar, probably this brace here, and then disconnect the axles and the drive shaft, and then I should be able to unbolt it from those two in the front, and then the one pushing in the back, up there. Oh God, I'm too sick to be doing this, but I needed to do something because motivation is key. Sick. This is one of those projects that's actually kind of nice because it's just unbolting stuff. It's really not that hard. I got the sway bar out and that brace. The only thing that gave me a problem was one of these just snapped, which sucks, but it's just a brace. I got the sway bar out. I've gotten a bunch of the axle nuts out, or bolts rather. And then I'm gonna start on the drive shaft, and then when I get this side, I'll flip everything over and then finish it off. Then all it is this one bolt up here, and then these two, I'll get a jack under it, drop it out, and then the rest will be out of the car until it's time to put it back in. I got the back bolt out from the rear bushing, and I broke the front two loose. Now I just gotta grab the jack, swing it underneath, drop the front two, and pull the diff out. Tough. And you can barely breathe. Cool. So that's it. As you can see, lame and open. Ew. Gross. So now to get this in a spot where I can take it apart easily, drain it, and do all that fun stuff. This fluid's seen better days too. Pretty gunky. So I went and got the cap open. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, sorry, it's just disgusting. Open diffs are gross. Oh. Oh man, I can't believe I've waited this long to swap this. So bad. So I got the actual unit out of the diff and all the spacers, make sure everything stays on the right side. I won't be using those axles because on the VLSD one's longer. So I gotta pull this ring gear off, swap that ring onto the VLSD, and then reassemble everything. So I swapped the ring gear to the LSD, and I used the shims and the races from the 370 diff. And I don't know if you can see this, but I mean, I can feel it, but the backlash is exactly what it was before. I did read that if you use the same shims and you're not changing the ring and pinion, then you really don't have to worry about it. But I'm glad I checked that. I wouldn't have known what to do otherwise. I don't know where to get new shims or whatever, but this is good. So now I'm gonna try to feed the other stub axles in. So the long axle actually goes on the passenger side. Everything functions as it should. It's a VLSD, all right. If you put enough force into it, they'll spin separately. I'm gonna reseal this up, close it up, fill it. But the next step, I'm gonna pull out the rear bushing that's in the car, which is gonna be a pain, but I'm gonna do it. I have a nice new one. Got this off Amazon. It's like 40 bucks. I have to suck this one into that hole and then should have a little less wheel hop. So I will get going on that. So now the diff is fully assembled. I'm gonna let the RTV cure a bit and then I'm gonna tighten those down and then I'll fill it up. But while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna pull out the diff bushing that's in the car. So I took a drill bit to all the rubber on the outside until that center core just fell out. Made a bit of a mess. And it was a pain in the ass, but it didn't take that long. It's probably the quickest way to get this out. Now all I have to do is get a Sawzall and slot the bottom of that ring there. So I can pop that metal piece out and then I can press in the new bushing. So it's pretty tricky getting the new bushing in, but I happened to use a ball joint like removal tool, and they had a cup that fit just over this bushing hole, and at least it's gonna get it most of the way in. So all I'm doing is just pushing it in from this side. Obviously I filled that hole up with WD-40, and once I get it as far as this, I should be able to tap it in the rest of the way. It's supposed to be flush with this face here, so we'll see how far I can get with this tool. So, new bushing's in. That was a total pain in the ass. I ended up having to make like a washer and bolt setup to get it the rest of the way, but it's in there. Now it's time to get the diff back in. Been sorely lacking on filming stuff, but I just got the diff back up in there. I'm starting to bolt the axles back. Everything's been going really smooth. Yeah, I mean, I just have to do everything reverse of how I took it out. It's not much to explain. Ow, I dropped a wrench on my face. I have dropped so many things on my face today. I'm gonna look like I got like in a fight. It's bad. Ted's here, by the way. Ted's pulling his engine back out of his car, but that'll be in another video. Yeah. Shh. Secrets, Ted. Secrets. Just kidding. Just kidding. Exhaust is back on and everything should be squared away. We can do a little like test. E-brake down and neutral. Look at that. They turn together now. Yay. So yeah, I couldn't find any info when I was trying to do this online on if you can put a 350Z diff in the 370, and now you know you can. So I hope this helped. I have actually, I got some spacers I'm gonna throw on the front while I'm here, because I got some 1-inchers in the back, and I have some 15s I'm gonna throw in the front that I had. But I'm gonna drop it down now, and I will close out this video when I go test it on the road. And it's actually kind of wet out, so yeah, it definitely works now. There's no noises on turns, it turns fine. But yeah, under any bit of power, it's definitely limited slip. They lock up pretty nice, actually. Granted, it is wet, but yeah. It wasn't too short. I just wanted to film this because, like I said, I couldn't find anything when I looked, so hopefully it can help someone. And on that theme, hopefully the next video on this car, I can explain how I did the column. I'm gonna see if I can kind of show in detail what I did, because I'm really hoping that might help some tall people like me. But in the meantime, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to keep following along with the Z, the RX-7, Ted Z, please subscribe and hit that little bell to get emails. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.